is up, YouTube world? I'm Ashley D. Before I get started, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Also, feel free to share this video as well. Everything I state is not allegedly, it's a fact. It's my opinion as well as my observation. So I'm going to be speaking on the situation that occurred a month ago that transpired last night that led up into the video that was released on Sweet Mom's behalf as well as my live. Okay. Someone commented on the live, and I know that everyone noticed that we have not been working together. And I felt kind of bad not giving anyone an answer. When it was brought up, and someone on my live as well, they were upset because they felt like for the past week and a half on Sweet Mom's community, she was taking jabs at me. And me, on the other hand, I continue to put out content on my community. I spoke absolutely nothing about that. Now, me calling a truce the day before when Retta spoke out in regards to the disagreement on the live, and me the next day making peace and amend about that situation, that's my feelings. I could do that. That doesn't mean I'm kissing butt. That doesn't mean I'm trying to be anyone's friend. If I'm letting go of a nonsense situation, something that's not meaningful, some type of disagreement with someone that's not going to benefit me, extra negative energy, if I can release that on my behalf, I'm going to do so. That's who I am. Now, if you want to hold on Harvard energy against people that did not do anything to you or you once had a disagreement with, that's on you. But I'm moving forward in my life because guess what? Nobody knows life is more short than me. Okay? Let me get this straight while I'm thinking about it as well. I shared something with her, and I felt as though she used that against me. I'm not going to call her out her name like she did me yesterday, and I'm not going to go in on her like she tried to do me, because that's not my character. I handle situations with class and like a boss, because I stand in who I am. With or without YouTube, at the end of the day, I have a life outside of here and I handle my business. So YouTube will not make or break me. YouTube is something that I'm working towards being a long-term career. But until then, I still have things popping outside of YouTube. So I want to clear that up. When people says I tried to use her for her platform or something, I only was on her live once. I've always encouraged her to do her lives without me because I felt like she disappeared for so long and so many of her subs miss her. They want her to come back. And I felt like she needed to continue to doing what she loved to do best. Even now, I would still tell her to continue to do YouTube. Why stop? This is something you love doing. People look forward to seeing you in your message. Why let it go? And that's me being the real, genuine person that I am, that I was to her from the beginning, and walking away from this situation with grace and class. I will be at the end. Okay? Now, as far as me seeming like I was buzzed and stuff like that, I shared something personal with her last year. It's been about a year and 6 months. As you saw on my community wall, I don't speak about it so much openly, but people that know me closely knows that I felt, and I still to this day feel pain of losing my only sibling. My sister was 41 when she left this earth, and I was 38. We were 2.5 years apart, okay? I take sleep meds at night for a reason, because every night I saw my sister's face. Not the face that was happy, positive, and uplifting. The face that I saw no life no longer in. The face that I saw when she took her last breath and when I cried out to her and she cried her last tear. That's the face that haunted me forever. And for someone to come online and say I'm slurred and throw up in my face a situation that's very delicate to me, when I know your whole life and you want to call yourself going low, I'm still not going to go low on you, because everybody doesn't have bad intentions with you. Everybody that comes in your life, they're not trying to harm you or get over on you. For what? I've been nothing but a genuine, loyal friend to you until I felt like you was no longer genuine or loyal to me. And I removed myself as well from the situation. I've never, ever called Mr. LaTruth any type of name. I was upset because my situation and my family as well, and I stressed that to Mr. Kevin about my family being exposed on Facebook, them knowing who I am, them going in on my son, them making a collage about my son's dad, and them calling me a bad mother, okay? They've done that on the fake page, and they've spoken on me badly as well. So when I made my videos and I continued to show support and push those out, and I feel like I wasn't being acknowledged for the hard work that I was doing, and it was overlooked, then that's when I was hurt. And she expressed that too at the same time as well. We both felt that way. The thing about life is you have to take accountability and ownership for the things you do and you say. I've always never backed down. I can apologize when I'm wrong, and I could take ownership when I've done something that wasn't right in that moment. Or I can express my feelings. I don't take back being upset about not being acknowledged. My family was exposed. My deceased sister was on a collage. And that's the reason why I did not strike Nate Page like Amber wanted me to. They wanted me to feel like I was a bad friend for not doing that. And I even apologized to them because now I see why she wanted it striked, because my page was striked. So I knew in that moment, like, wow, now I see how Amber feel. And I apologized about that. And instead of them taking that in and understanding, like, okay, she don't want them putting her sister casket pictures up there like they did me with my deceased brother. They did that for a whole 2 years. She didn't want them doing things that would trigger me. My sister has recently passed away. That's still fresh with me. I didn't want her pictures up there. I have whole videos on my Facebook that these people have access to, and then they told me to private those pictures. It's too late to private those. Best believe they've screenshotted all they needed to know. It's people that's on my posts that have marked themselves private that I can't even delete them if I want to, because they did something some kind of way where I can't see that they're my friend, but they're there. So I have beehives lurking on my page, and certain things are raw areas for me. That's why I don't go full blown and attack. Not to mention, Amber as well was going toe to toe with Nate back to back, and they both was doing things, and it was going too far. Nate never copy striked me. It was another page that copy striked me that was a part of the beehives. So I apologized to her for if she felt like I wasn't a friend, because at that moment I knew how it felt to be copy strike. But I also explained to her why I didn't do that, because I did not want my sister casket pictures up there like her pictures were of her deceased brother from many, many years ago. I didn't want that to happen to me. I didn't want that to happen where my mom will see that, or my son. These are raw areas for me. That is my only sibling that's gone. Okay? So I move accordingly. Now, just like Sweet Mom, I know how it feels to be messed over in life. I've been hurt. I've been burned. So me being a kind, genuine, caring person, I felt like I was defending someone that needed to be defended, that was on their own. I felt her feelings in that moment because I was there. My intentions were nothing but pure and genuine. I didn't have a motive. I went live with Sweet Mom one time. If anything, only thing I've ever done for her was encourage her to do things for her for the better. Stay on YouTube, come back, her people misses her, and be uplifting to her. That's what a true, genuine person does. So whether she took that in some sort of way, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I can leave away from this situation knowing that I was real and I was loyal. And the situation about Mr. LaTruth, again, we both expressed how we felt about that. She even said that he messaged her in Instagram and she never responded. And I encouraged her to respond to him. So at least that he knows we do these videos and she's there. I said as well, you might not be on YouTube enough. That's why he probably doesn't jump in your lives. So that right there was both of us feeling some sort of way, or she never would have responded to him in the inbox. She never would have had a conversation with him about that if she didn't feel that way as well. So for her to kind of put that all off on me, that kind of blows my mind. Now I'm trying to replay and think about everything because I'm not addressing this no more. I'm not going to come on here and go off and this and that. And I appreciate everybody that's being open-minded, that's not being biased and not having no opinion. You don't have to have an opinion. You can support everyone, just like I said last night. Don't choose one person, support everybody. You know, you guys have nothing to do with this, and you shouldn't have had anything to do with it in the beginning. And just like I was upset as well as Sweet Ma about how Lupac addressed the situation. She felt like she should have told her. She felt like she should have had answers. I felt the same way. She was copy striked before, and she dealt with that privately. She's been on YouTube for 15 years, so I know she knows how to deal with it. That night when we were on live, and I called myself being a good friend, I asked her, did she want to get off? Did she want to go to the art page? Or did she want to go to another page? She decided to get off, and she deleted that live because she was copy striked online. I could imagine how she felt. At that time, I wasn't copy striked, or I wasn't aware of it. So she dealt with that, copy strike. Now, I'm new to YouTube when it comes to being copy strike. I've been on here 3 years. So let me clear this up. I built my platform off of myself and the content I put out. I didn't build my platform off of Sweet Mom or any other content creator. My platform is built off of me. So I'm going to get that straight. I'm going to take my credit for what I've done and the work I've put in. Okay? Now, when that situation happened, I was on the phone with her and Amber, and she volunteered to help me with that. She said, this is serious. You're almost at 4,000. You cannot be demonetized. You know, when they demonetize you, not only that's the worst thing that can happen, but that's your money that you've earned, that you get paid for the commercials and everything like that. That's getting taken away. And at that moment, she stepped in as a friend and said she would help me. While Amber was on the phone, I even went to Best Buy to get a part for the computer, and it still wasn't working. So, long story short, we stayed on the phone. She said she would help me. Then she said she would help show me how to do it. But I told her I can't get on a computer at all. She could fix it. Just go with the first plan. She said she'll fix it for me. I gave her my information. I trusted her with that, okay? Now, I even talked to her that night. She had a situation that occurred. We were on the phone for hours about that. Now, the next day, I woke up. It was on my mind, the situation that she drilled in my head, how serious this was. She even gave me credit that everybody's trying to take away from me now, saying that you only know me because of Sweet Mom. Okay, that's fine. But at the end of the day, she said, you worked hard for your own platform. You did it yourself. I hate to see you lose something that you earned. You worked your way for it to have. And when she said that, she let me know the seriousness of these 3 copy strikes, okay? So now I'm waiting around for Sweet Mom to respond back. Later on that day, I said, Sweet Mom, please don't forget about me with the copy strike thing. I'm nervous. Something like that. And then I second guessed that because I realized, okay, we were on the phone last night. She had a bad night. Maybe she's feeling some sort of way about that right now. Make sure you let her know, you know, you're checking in on her. You hope she okay. You know, that should have been the first text you sent. So I was mindful of that, and I made sure I sent that text next because I didn't want her to feel no sort of way. Even though she said she was going to fix it, she volunteered that. I genuinely wanted to know that she was okay after I sent that text. Now, we went from messaging every day in communication, sometimes talking on the phone. We mostly did messengers on Instagram, okay? But it was a everyday routine. We went from that to the next day later, if I'm not mistaken, she responded and she said her phone was messed up. She didn't say her phone bill. I don't think she said her phone bill was dead. If she did, my bad. Because I don't want to lie. I want to tell nothing but the truth and the whole truth, because I'm not going to dwell on this. I'm going to continue going forward doing what I choose to do. Okay? Which is put out content and spread the word. Now, when she said that about her phone and she said it about the Wi-Fi, she did call me from my auntie's phone. Now that she said that, I do remember that. She said something about the Wi-Fi not working. Okay. So I also told her about Boost Mobile, not the phone, but the service with the Wi-Fi, with the Netflix. You buy the box for $100 and you pay $45 a month. I was letting her know somewhere she could get Wi-Fi immediately right away, because I didn't know, based off of situations, if she was going to be over her aunt's house long term or what the case was. But I know that she was freaking out about the Wi-Fi, and I was just genuinely trying to assist with giving her answers. She did mention about her phone. I don't think it registered to me that she was saying her phone was cut off or it was messed up. Now, I don't want to quote that situation wrong, but at that moment, I was thinking of, she said something about her phone being messed up. But yeah, now that I think about it, it probably was something when she brought it back up about the $200. That does sound familiar. So I'm trying to make sure I say everything the correct way that I remember and not leave anything out, okay? Okay, so now the phone situation happened. The last message I heard from her, she said, "Hey, how you doing, sis? Blah, blah, blah. You can reach me on Instagram if you need to get a hold of me." That was weird to me a little bit. She posted a picture of the funeral on Instagram, as well as she could still receive messages and post Instagram. So my mind did kind of think like, wow, does she have internet or she doesn't? Because she posting pictures and, you know, she said I could reach her on Messenger. And then I said, no, that's not the case. Then a week and a half rolled by, you guys. Now, the last thing I sent her, she reached out to me, and I also said, I guess I'm just going to lose my platform or something like that, because she had me nervous. I never got copy strike before, and she's been on YouTube for 15 years, and she told me she would help me. So when I finally do hear from her being my so-called friend or whatever you want to call it, she didn't reach back out mentioning that. She reached back out addressing what was going on with her, and I immediately, said, after I, wished her well and sent my condolences, that I don't know what's going to happen with my page. Because mind you guys, this is my page that you're on right now. I could have lost this page. And this is something I've worked hard for, and I built up on my own from the ground up. No work, no help. I did this. So I took pride in this. And I also know when she said this was serious, I trusted her word that this was something that could affect me and I would have to start over. So I'm going off of the things and me being supportive towards her. This one time, I genuinely need her. I genuinely need her for the first time out of all the times I felt as though I was being a good, genuine person to her with no motive. When I stood up for her on the live with Jaffe, I felt as though, now I was laying next to my significant other, and me listening to that conversation and knowing that she allowed him to come on her lives a couple of times, as well as put the Cash App up there. Okay. I thought that she was being genuine with him and a loyal person. And for him to go and get on his live, have Brianna come up there and not even mention it to her was kind of a snake move to me. So I didn't mind getting up there addressing the situation. I just felt like it was wrong overall. Not me being no super fan, because I'm a super fan of myself. I'm going to clear that up. But I've always given her roses and tried to uplift her, because behind the scenes, she needed that. Some people need to be loved on and encouraged a little more, because the traumas and the things they've been through in their life with people burning them, they're used to that type of situation occurring all the time. So yes, people in life might need a little bit more reassuring than you do. But that doesn't make you wrong, and that doesn't make the situation wrong. That just means they're more delicate than you are. And that's what I felt like she was. So I didn't mind going the extra mile to make her feel comfortable explaining certain things to her. Because like I said to you all, I've been hurt and burned before so many times. So I know how that feels. So anyhow, when that situation happened with Jaffe, she came over, she told me thank you, and she appreciated that. So we kind of a little bit went back and forth on there. Now, on Retta Lives as well, we all wind up on there. My situation with Retta, and I even said that to Retta before, that her energy changed when people came to her live. I felt like she didn't say anything to me. That was the first thing that I was hurt about with Retta. And Sweet Ma agreed as well when she was in the chat and Lupac started coming over there. She was ignored. She said that too. Everything I said and I felt some sort of way about, we both felt that way. And I can be woman enough and own that and say how I felt and say that to her and them. That's the difference. Now, when that situation happened, I fell back a little bit. Not to mention the videos that were recorded in the morning time by them and deleted afterwards. So that made me on defense mode with Retta. Not to mention the big old blow up with the Lupac situation. I don't want to go back all into that. But Retta has genuinely reached out and said things. And I've deaded it the last thing when she said on live, and I was on there as well. When that situation was briefly brought up, and I could tell it still didn't sit well with her. And maybe she felt like her character was viewed as wrong, and she was genuine in my eye, and she wanted to clear that. Now, whether we talk today or tomorrow, I think in some sense, me and her are the same kind of way. I don't like for my character to come off as flawed because I pride myself on being a good, genuine person. So whether we talk today or tomorrow, long as you see in my eye, I messed up. I'm woman enough to say that. And, I'm sorry going forward. And that's what it is. So that's why it was easy for me the day she said that on the live to forgive her the next day. That was my confirmation to forget and forgive and move forward. So whether she think it was genuine or not, I don't care. I really don't. That was me of clearing my slate of unnecessary beef and unnecessary issue with these women when we all are reporting on content and we all have our different outlooks and opinion. And it's hard and sad that subs feel as though they have to come between and make a choice. None of you should feel like you have to make a choice. You guys should be able to like who you please. You can unsubscribe to me if you want to. I don't care. But I'm always going to be genuine and real with you guys. Whether you think I look like a bad person in your eyes, I don't mind owning up to my stuff. I have nothing to lose. And I have a life outside of YouTube. So I can tell you guys how I feel and continue to carry on with my day because this won't break it or make it. But I genuinely care at the end of the day what you guys think, knowing the truth. I'd rather you know my story and you can take it how you want to at the end. But I'm always going to speak up for myself and I'm always going to own up to my stuff. Now, with the whole situation with them, that was deaded. Apologize, let it go, move forward. Like I said, I wasn't looking for no big old outcome of everybody going on lives together, this and that. I deaded it. I was okay with that. And for certain people, and I'm not even going to say their names, to insert themselves in a situation and feel as though they have to choose sides when you should have just stayed mutual. You didn't have to feel as though you needed to pick a side because I didn't copy strike Nate. So now you upset with me in your mind about something when in reality you could be upset with everybody. I'm the one trying to clear your name with everybody so you didn't look like a bad person. But yet and still I'm the enemy. Yet and still you want to act like I'm the bad person and talk about me on the low when I was nothing but nice and genuine to you. You wouldn't be talking to them right now if it wasn't for me, sweetie. I tried to clear your name with everybody. Because in everybody's eye, you looked at like drama and you started a lot of mess. And what I saw was a genuine, sweet, caring person. But hey, it is what it is, Now, when I didn't hear from Sweet Mom for weeks, she knew my page was at stake. She never mentioned at one time, I got to get mine fixed and then I'll come back to yours. She claimed not even 24 hours, I said something on my community. Go check my community. Go back a month versus hers. I've never said anything to Sweet Ma. I've waited on Sweet Ma and gave her the chance to get back with me to clear the situation between us. Now, whether we decided going forward or not, you guys, with the friendship, because from what I heard, she said she was trying to find a way not to talk to me. We were on the phone. We text messaged after that. And let me clear the situation with the Kevin thing, okay? When we were on the live, I asked Kevin to do an interview for Sweet Ma. It didn't have nothing to do with me being on there. I would have inserted myself in there. Kevin said he would, okay? Now, Kevin's on the live and he come up there and I felt as though she kind of pushed me away like I wasn't on there and it was just her in the moment engaging with him. Now, that's me expressing my own personal feelings, okay? And maybe it wasn't like that. Now, I expressed that to my so-called homegirl. Now, if it wasn't like that, she could have said, hey, Ashley, you tripping. It wasn't like that, but I'm sorry you feel that way. Do you know how many times I had to tell her that? This is one time I expressed a concern to her, you guys. Out of the many concerns daily she expressed to me about me doing something, possibly. About her hearing about me somewhere else, possibly. About her thinking that I'm betraying her, possibly. And like I said, I understood that her being hurt so many times by so many different people, she might have had her walls up and she might have felt paranoid. Coming from one person to another that's been hurt, I can understand that. So I didn't mind being genuinely honest and showing her and reassuring her that that wasn't who I was. I didn't have a problem doing that because I was real. Genuine, no motive, okay? Now, once that happened and I did not hear from her anymore, the next time I heard from her, she was up on Amber's panel. Now, whether we didn't communicate or not, if I told her I was going to do something for her, and that's when we last left off, at the end of the day, I would have made sure, on the strength of us all being content creators, text you and say, yo, did you get your page thing straight? You good? We didn't leave off with no beef or no smoke, you guys. So I don't know where she's going with that or where she's trying to twist this story or maybe she feels this way in her mind. But on my end and my behalf, I didn't leave off with Sweet Mom beefing. I left off with her saying that her Wi-Fi wasn't working and, her phone was messed up. And the last communication with her, we left off on decent terms. After that, I did not hear from her anymore. So I went from hearing from her daily to not hearing from her anymore. So yes, I finally felt paranoid a month later. I felt some sort of way. And who wouldn't? When you go to talking to somebody on a regular to when you finally need them one time and they volunteer their help, they're not there. And they don't even reach out to you to see if you're good after that. So that right there was where I finally felt as though our friendship was a one-sided way. And to say the things that was said on her live, it really bothered me and it hurt my spirit because that's not who I am. Everything I've done towards everyone, it came from a place of love, care, and concern. It never was a motive. Me being cool with her wasn't a motive. I was cool with her because I liked her. I thought she was sweet and funny and cool. And one thing I thought we had in common was we both were people that's been hurt before. So I could relate to her a little more. However, I felt like the whole time our friendship was more of a one way. And that bothered me. Now, with the whole Cash App situation, for one, when I go live, I've never received that many Cash Apps like I've done from Sweet Mom's Cash App one time when I went live. So me acknowledging, saying, oh my gosh, Sweet Mom, I can't believe I got so many Cash Apps being on your live. How does that make me money hungry? How does that make me anything? I'm being real and genuine with my homegirl. Like, girl, I was on your live last night. I made a lot of money. I can't believe that. I didn't ever say, let's go live. It's the same story with everybody. Everybody wants to use her. Everybody wants to get Cash Apps. And now I'm starting to see that for myself. I never told her, let's go back live again and get these cash apps. That's not even who I am. In each one of my videos, I drop my cash app down below. If you put it, you put it. If you don't, you don't. When I go live, I do it as well. By the way, shout out to Eleanor Burks. Thank you, sis, for being genuine and loyal. Thanks for the surprise cash app, as well as the super chats last night in the live. I normally do them at the beginning of my videos, but I was thrown off. But I want to say thanks to each and every one of you and all of you for not being biased. Support all of us. At the end of the day, my loyalty will always remain to anyone that's loyal to me. I still, at this very moment, no matter what she feels or what she thinks, I have no beef with Sweet Ma. I'm not going to beef with Sweet Ma. I'm not going to try to put her on blast about things that she shared with me personally to try to prove a point. I'm not no one-up type of person. I'm a be professional at all times, and this shouldn't be for everyone. Yes, it was brought out weird yesterday. I think it should have been worked on behind the scene, but if she didn't care enough to reach out and see if my channel was fixed and my page was when we didn't leave off beefing, then why would I reach out to someone that clearly I felt like at that moment didn't try to help me? Now, she says she had a lot going on, and I can understand that. You know, sometimes we have things going on in life. That's understandable. I have things going on in life outside of YouTube that I deal with that I don't bring to YouTube. I don't bring my drama or my chaos or my feelings to YouTube. But I try to have a different outlet. And I'm not saying anybody else does, each to their own. I'm speaking on me now in general, okay? Everybody has things going in life. She had things that went on that occurred that was bad at that moment that maybe she felt like I didn't understand. And I did. You know, it was just a miscommunication when it came to the direct understanding of my internet still not on. It's 2 weeks later. When I saw her pop back up on the live and we didn't leave off on bad terms. I suggested for her to get Wi-Fi from somewhere, and we left off like, talk to you later, sis. Everything was good. And then for her to get on live today and say that I basically had malicious intentions when I encouraged Sweet Mouth to go live on her own, just for her subs and her audience, just because I felt like this was her platform and she worked so hard to get here. I've always gave her acknowledgement and credit. I've always tried to be that friend that was uplifting and encouraging anyone in my life. Whether they're becoming a YouTuber, starting, or in my personal life. Anybody that can say something about Ashley D, they will say that she's a loyal, good friend, and most importantly, nothing's fake about her. And she will motivate you to be the best you. Especially when she sees something in you. She will encourage you. I never was the type of friend to try to outshine my friend. I want everybody to win. YouTube is a place for everyone to elevate. We all have something different to bring and offer. Now, I think I hit everything where it needed to go. I'm trying to think everything over in my mind because I don't want to make another video. And I'm not trying to leave this as a going back and forth video. I don't do that. Like I said in the beginning of my video, I have my own situations going on outside of YouTube. Everybody else have things that you guys might know more about that's open and honest, but I have situations too. I've always been that friend that was there for everyone else, even when my stuff was hurting me inside and I was dealing with it on my own. Now imagine you being a genuine person and you always checking on everybody. But you lost somebody that meant the most to you and you can never get them back. And you try to come online, you try to encourage people, you try to laugh, you try to motivate, you try to inspire. That to me right there is strength. That to me right there is a genuine person that's coming from a place of love and concern. My pain will never impact or affect how I do things, how I operate in life. Because I know everybody is different. I'm not going to make someone else pay for what other people have done to me. So that's why I give everyone a clean slate starting off. And maybe that's where my problem is. Maybe that's where my downfall is. I feel as though I can always help everyone. But at the end of the day, I think I said everything I needed to say. My intentions were genuine and pure with every content creator I hooked up with. And everything I had a problem with them about, I addressed it with them personally. Whether it was a blow up at the end, I said it and I let them know how I felt. And it was addressed. So nothing is a secret. Nothing that was said on her end or even from me was something that I hid. I keep it real and I tell you how I feel. Because I don't want to be fake and be in your face and pretend that we cool and I can't A, trust you, or B, I don't feel like I know you. I don't deal on fake energy. That's not me. And with that being said, I wish each and every one of you a blessed, happy weekend. Please don't go back and forth to people's panels trying to start drama, trying to be instigators. I saw quite a few of you in my chat, and before you left, I even told you guys, support everyone. Don't be in drama. Don't be causing confusions. Don't be back and forth. And as soon as that happened, true enough, people sent me things from people going back, starting stuff. I'm not going to feed into that energy. I'm on positive energy. I'm not on that type of time. I am not going to be going back and forth on YouTube with anyone. That's not who I am. I'm going to deal with the situation accordingly, and I'm going to continue to move forward. And I wish each and every one of you a happy weekend, and I hope you all do the same. Peace.